All right, this is the FSA ELA review for 6th grade. And we took the writing portion of the test last week. And this week we are going to review for the reading comprehension portion, which we will take next week. So let's first look at some dates. FSA reading is right around the corner. Your test dates are next week, the 18th and 19th. For language arts for ELA, English Language Arts, Wednesday and Thursday, April 18th and 19th. You want to arrive at 12:30. The test starts at 1. Okay? It's 85 minutes long. It is computer-based testing. Bring your headphones. Bring a book to read once you're finished, okay? Really important for the ELA reading that you bring your headphones. Okay, so bring your earbuds, bring your headphones. We will have some there, but you will be much more comfortable if you bring your own. Okay, bring your Chromebooks because we may be using laptops there, but I want you to have your Chromebooks just in case. So make sure your Chromebooks are charged. Bring your Chromebooks too. Okay, yes, both days are 85 minutes long. Okay, questions on the dates. Now your math is also next week, so I'm sure that your math teacher has gone over the dates for that, but for language arts, it's the 18th and 19th, Wednesday and Thursday. Emma, we're going to review what we're going to do for the test in a couple of minutes, okay? Okay, so make sure you're there, and just like with the writing test, you guys, good night's sleep the night before, eat some lunch, be ready and well rested. I'm confident that you'll do well, and we're about to go over what will be on the test. But I just want you guys to remember for the test taking skills that I want you to do your best, get a good night's sleep the night before, eat lunch, and be prepared. You'll notice that the pace chart for language arts is a little bit lighter this week and next week, and that's because you are testing, okay? Practice websites. I strongly encourage you to take the computer practice test, okay? I want you to go on this week, maybe even once we're done with the live lesson, and I want you to go and take the computer practice test for ELA. There's also practice math test, and I'm sure your math teacher wants you to take that too. So please go on. There's, like I said, there's one assignment due for language arts. I didn't cover my mic, so is it better now, guys? Can you hear me okay? Thumbs up if you can hear me. All right, sorry about that. Thank you. Good job letting me know, guys. All right, so I put in the chat box the website, and I want you guys to go to this website and practice, practice, practice. Because then when you get in to take the FSA, you'll already be familiar with the setup. So I want you guys to be comfortable with what the test will look like and do some practice. So they are computer-based. You can take them on your Chromebooks. Okay, so go to that website. I'll also put that on my pace chart, and I want you to go to it, and you'll do the FSA ELA practice for 6th grade for language arts and for math. Okay, I think you should do them for both, and I'm sure your math teacher is telling you the same thing. I want you to be comfortable with how the test is set up. All right, any questions on the practice website? All right, so please do that this week. So now let's talk about the questions. All right, so you're going to get, this is going to be more reading comprehension where you'll read passages or listen to passages, which is why you need your earbuds, your headphones, and then you'll answer questions. There's a couple of different types of questions. You have a multiple choice question. You're familiar with that. Multi-select. You have to, more than one answer should be chosen. So if you have a passage and they ask you what the author's point of view was on a topic and to pick more than one right answer, that's called the multi-select. There's a two-part question, two questions pertaining to the same topic. Okay, so two-part questions, which might ask you about the text, but two things about the text. Open response, you will be doing some writing, okay, or typing. 1 to 3 sentences, just enough to answer the question and support it from the text. Very similar to what we do on the module exams, where you need to do short answers sometimes. And it's called an open response. And that's when you'll type 1 to 3 sentences. Highlight text. You might be asked to highlight certain things in the text. Highlight the main idea of the passage. So then on the computer, you'll highlight that. And then there'll also be questions about graphics, and that will be interacting with the text. As virtual students, I think that you really have an advantage because you are on the computer all the time. So taking a test-based FSA is no big deal for you guys. So I think that you'll do really well on this. And then there's the audio, which is listening to a text being read, which is why we need those headphones. And then editing, select proper grammar, verb, or vocabulary. Okay? Very similar to, like I said, what you do on your module exams. I know, Emma, you just came in late. That's fine. I will have the recording of this available on the pace chart later on today, probably early evening. So we were just going over the types of questions: multiple choice, two-part. Me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. All right. It lags sometimes. Sorry about that, guys. My connection's at 100%. In intervals, it keeps lagging. Okay. Does it say how many answers should be chosen in the question? It sometimes does. I'm going to put my headphones on and see if it's any better, guys. Hold on. All right. Can you hear me better? Thumbs up if you can hear me better. Okay. Good. Thank you. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's go over, and remember, guys, stay focused, stay with me. Thank you for letting me know, though, about the volume. I appreciate it. Multi-select. So let's talk a little bit more about multi-select. So here's an example of a multi-select question. And of course, you'd have a text that would go with this. Select 2 ways that the interactions with one character support the development of the narrator's character. Okay, so here are your choices. Cassie encourages her to hurry, and that eases the narrator's fears. Cassie expresses her feelings that the ocean is beautiful, and the narrator realizes she is right. The narrator's father encourages her to go beyond her comfort zone, and at the end she does. Going to the ocean with her family as a child makes the narrator feel assured about exploring new places. Okay? So, Rebecca, you had asked me if they'll tell you how many ways. Yes, this is telling you select 2 ways that the interactions with other characters support the development of the narrator's character. So in order to get this answer correct, you would have to select 2. Okay? And of course, since we haven't read the text, we don't know what the correct answer is, but you would need to select 2 in order to get the correct answer. So thumbs up if we understand the multi-select. Good. And remember, I want you guys to go and do the practice. And then the next one would be an open response. And it could be after you read a text or a passage, fiction or nonfiction, what is the main idea in paragraph 3? And then it will say, type your answer in the space provided. And you would type, the main idea in paragraph 1 is that, or in paragraph 3 is that, and then you go on to put the rest of your sentence. Remember to restate the question in your answer. Okay, so the open response, this is kind of like a short answer. You are typing in the answer. You want to answer the question, but restate the question in the answer. So the question asks you, what is the main idea in paragraph 3? Your response should start, the main idea in paragraph 3 is, and then you put the main idea. Make sure that you're doing proper spelling, capitalization, grammar, and all of that. Okay? Questions on open response. All right, smiley face if you are good with open response. I know, Rebecca, it was a typo. Thank you. Glad you caught it. Okay, the next one that you may get are two-part multiple choice. So again, pretend that we've read the text, and part A will ask you, what are the two central ideas of passage 2? And then it gives you a choice. A, bats cannot see colors. B, bats use echolocation to hunt. C, scientists study echolocation in bats. Okay, so that's the first part. And of course, you are going back to the text to answer your question. So you want to go back and make sure you have the right answer. And then in part B, it goes on to ask, how does the author develop the central ideas in part A? And you will get answers. A, by discussing scientific ideas, B, C, and so on. So you need to take the answer from part 1 and then part B, use that answer to explain further. Okay, so that's a two-part multiple choice. Questions on two-part multiple choice. Okay. And again, I really, really, really want you to go on the website and practice. So now editing. This is where your spelling, grammar, and punctuation comes in. So here's an example. Her parents were anthropologists. A, studies. B, studying. C, studied. D, study. Various cultures throughout the world was their mission. Okay, so you have to fill in the blank. Her parents were anthropologists. Then you put the answer. Studies, studying, studied, study various cultures throughout the world was their mission. Correct. B, studying. Okay, good. So that's the editing. Every few years, the family moved from one of their great adventures. The only regularly scheduled ship visited Palmerston twice a year to pick up fish and drop off supplies. Her family, blank, be stuck there for at least 6 months, and her parents planned to make it a year. Okay, so her family, A, would, B is going to, C is to, D will. Correct, D will. And just how I did it in the example, that's how I would expect you to do it. Read through it with the blanks and then go back and insert the word that's correct. And this is where you have plenty of time to take this test. So I want you to take your time and do your best on it. Okay, so that's what the editing will look like. The next one, audio. Select two advantages of using audio in passage 1 to present information about CFLs. So now you've listened to audio. Sound check. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. So again, we talked about in the beginning where you may be using audio, and that's why you want to use your headsets and bring your earbuds in. So now that you've listened to something on the test, you're going to answer a question about it. It says, select 2 advantages of using audio in passage 1 to present information about CFLs. A, it allows listeners to connect with other people as they share real-world experiences with CFLs. B, it allows listeners to rely on tone of voice in order to better understand each speaker's point of view about CFLs. And C, D, and E, and so on. So what you want to do is, why did they have you listen to an audio? How is it important? And you want to select the 2 advantages. So this is an audio and a multi-answer. And of course, we don't know the right answer because we didn't listen to it. Okay, so that's the audio. Questions on audio. Graphics. So you guys tell me, because we went over this year, what is a graphic in a text? So when you're reading an article or a passage, what is a graphic? Yes, it can be a chart, it can be a map, a picture, a graph. Good, Ivan. Something that goes along with the text. Okay? If you're having trouble hearing me, I know it's coming in and out. You can sign out and sign back in. Remember, this will be available as a recording. So you may be shown a graphic, and this example says, how does the diagram in passage 3 distinguish between the different types of light bulbs? So you're reading a text about light bulbs, and there's a diagram that talks about the 3 different types of light bulbs. And you need to answer the question based on the diagram and the information from the passage. So you get your examples: A, by showing the replacement costs associated with each type of light bulb; B, by showing the overall energy costs associated with each type of light bulb; C, by showing the amount of energy; and D, by showing the amount of waste generated. So you will look at the graphic for this answer and rely on information that you read from the text. Highlight. So highlighting ones I think are fun. The question will ask you to select details from the passage or highlight text to support your response. So you may be asked to highlight information that explains why the character changed in the story. So you will go through on the computer and highlight information from the story to show why the characters changed. And again, you guys, I want you to go to the FSA site and take the practice test. Okay, because then it will be a lot clearer. And I put the website up there again, and I will make sure it goes on the pace chart. So let's review a little bit. Our testing dates: next Wednesday and Thursday, April 18th and 19th. I want you to arrive at 12:30. Test starts at 1, just like the writing portion. You want to bring your headphones, bring a book to read once you're finished, and I want you to practice. What questions do we have? What can I help you with? Okay, if you do not have any questions, my 6th graders, let's get you guys credit for being here. And go ahead, and here's the link to the Google form so you can get credit for being here.